Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Am I going to Houston at this exact second, Max? I am not going to Houston. I did not get a visitor's badge, or I did not get a player's badge. I have not gotten a media badge or spectator badge or whatever to make anything. It might be. It might be. I don't know why. Are you? Oh, you're going through there. If I do this. A fixed. If I go through, I might stay at home and recast the stream on my own channel and do commentary there. But I don't think that I will be in Houston. I've got a lot of traveling going on. And so I just I don't for a game that I know that I can't play. I don't know if I'm assuming that there will be side events. I'm assuming. I'd love to make it, but I just at this and hey, you know, as my mom says, I'm self-employed, so there easily we could make a change and just go hang out. Are there any side events as spectators or no? There's people just go get in a room or whatever. New setup? Yeah, Max, I have moved. I have moved to Omaha. This weekend, this will all be filled in and fun and cool and rad. Yeah, there's a bunch of side events. Okay, maybe it is worth just getting a ticket and then figuring out if I can go or not. Did I hit up Walmart yet? For packs? Nah. Hi, Tam. Iggy, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. My buddy works for Target, so he's gonna let me know. That's sick. Well, I don't have to check if Nero checked. Yeah. There are a lot of WalMarts around though, so there is a question there, you know. I gotta figure out. Hey, this is a fun question. Do you? I guess I could just talk to you like a person. I guess I could just talk with you. What up?
Oh, you caught me off guard. I don't have my mic plugged in. What's up?
Sorry. Is there? How are you talking right now?
My headset. It's just not as good.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you sounded great, which is my thing. What is the local store for Riftbound?
Is
it Dragon's Lair?
It's just
is
cafe.
It cafe?
Cafe.
Okay.
I'm sure more than one store will do it, but
yeah. I just wasn't sure where you were going to know where I'm going and where everybody else is going or whatever.
The goal is cafe.
Okay. Do they get an allocation?
I'm in there. Yeah, they have some. Just going crazy.
Video Ninja. Get that set up. What we're yapping.
Well, this has never happened before. Got it. Okay.
Are you
Figured it out.
angry at me? You are angry at me. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Beep pop beep pop boop. Second camera deactivate, and then I come here and I click this and I start. I come there, I click here, I click there. Same password as always. I get to bring this up over here. I get to bring this up over here. Is Jay Johnson 018? That's not Jake, is it? Sure, it's gotta be somebody else.
No.
Yeah, I don't either. Blue returns. Yeah. Genuinely, I don't know why this. I don't know why this camera here, looks so gray.
Hello.
Yeah, it is. What up, Jake? How's it going, buddy? Hey, question for you: how much allocation does Cafe Monster get as the guy who like runs shit over there?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Are we good? Yeah.
Yeah.
I shifted. Okay.
We shifted. We pivoted.
Pivoted.
Nice.
I
We love that.
I can check their Discord. I get all the pings. I just.
Oh, I might have muted that bitch. Oh, I
No,
guess I'm in the
I
Omaha
don't blame
UniVersus.
you.
I don't know if it's also Riftbound stuff.
No, the Cafe Monster one. Are you in the Monster one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Jake, for Riftbound. They didn't get a lot. Okay, let's hope they don't sell singles, or they hope they don't sell boxes or whatever.
Lots of stuff on Learn to Plays.
Will you turn your camera on the Video Ninja before whatever? There, and then I want this. Hey, oh, you're here. You're here. And then T-Bus. Hey, looks so cute. Okay. If you're still looking for a Tome of Divinity, I did pick up my third one, Sean. I greatly appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it. I picked it up at Locals this past week. I will figure that out later. I won't fuck with it too hard. Wow. Okay. Hello, how are you, Barrett?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm swell. Just living life like always.
I got some friends coming in town this weekend, so I'm excited for that.
That is exciting. That is exciting. Here's my plan for the show today. Just to catch you off guard. A bit of a rapid fire. We got like 3 or 4 questions that I think are kind of. Let me double check to make sure that is where it's at. but we've got like 4 questions from last time that were all like submitted in,
Okay.
and then obviously people can open up tickets and whatnot. What is this ticket? This is Luke's ticket from 100 years ago. Talk about this today. So I'll put it on the docket. I'll put it on the docket. I do this.
Okay, that's fun. Sure.
Yeah.
I went outside and everything was ruined.
What? Oh, you went outside and everything's ruined.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. It doesn't matter.
How's your week been, man? How's
It's good. Busy.
hell yeah.
League of Legends Worlds is happening. I have a feeling tonight one of our North American teams will get eliminated.
It's happening tonight?
It happens every night, basically.
that
It's in
the
China.
that the team gets eliminated. What time does it happen? Are you watching live?
Like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. and you're watching live?
I watch like one match and then I'll go to bed and then I'll wake up for work and then I'll watch the other match while I'm working.
Okay. Well, then
I did watch it
Offer
last
rescinded.
night, but Europe has a team that's still in it. Europe just had a team make it to the knockout stage.
Yeah.
We have a team. So North America, if you don't know, North America still if they win one more match, they're in the knockout stage. The problem is that we don't know who they're paired against yet. And then tonight, one of our North American teams, if they lose, they go home. And if they win, they have to win one more to make it to the knockout stage. But tonight they play the defending world champions. So not a lot of hope tonight. But it's fun.
Okay. That does sound fun.
So basically what's going to happen, like schedule-wise, so tonight there will be 2 more matches that will solidify the last 3 matches that will be played on Saturday, which will determine our top 8, basically. And then they will play a single elimination top 8 bracket all next week. And that will be the world champion will be determined on Sunday, November 9th. What will happen is they're going to do 1 match a day from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for top 8, basically, which will determine, and Sunday, sorry. So there's your 6. And then the 7th match, the world's final, will be the following Sunday on November 9th.
Okay. That's cute. Just
we're heating up.
First round packs today, and then learn how to play. That's fun. Nice. Jacob, I'm planning on playing Misfortune. Movement is dope. I hate how slow the game is outside of ganking. So if I can give my goons some ganking, I'm in.
Crazy because he plays the ramp deck. So yeah, he plays a slow game.
I meant like creature moving from base to base. That is my least favorite part of the game, actually. Is like I have to I have to think ahead. Fuck that. I want to move turn to turn. I need my guys to get schmoving.
Wow, imagine there being strategy in a strategy game. Go back to Yu-Gi-Oh, punk.
Nah, dog. I sorry I live in the present, Barrett. I'm sorry that's such a sin to like be here with you right now and not thinking about the future or the past. That's why it's the present, you know?
But that's why you never win.
It's a gift.
Gotcha. No, I'm excited. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do anything like big for Riftbound release weekend. Like, there's nothing to do. Like,
I mean, it's just like go to the pre-release and whatnot. Like you should be able to play in those, right? Like your locals and shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about any of that.
Okay.
The thing about Cafe is that Cafe sells out on almost all of their stuff so quickly.
Yeah. It's not like taking like pre-orders or whatever, right?
I mean, when they release like Cafe Monster events, other events.
I think we did this one already.
Basically, what happens is, I'm
think
sure
this one too.
right now or sometime this week or next week, there will be a sign inside the store that says sign up now for release event or whatever. Problem is that for Riftbound Set 1, there's no release event. They didn't create Set 1 of Riftbound for like draft or limited play.
Yeah.
They created it. They instead focused on how do we make our game multiplayer format right out the get-go.
Yeah.
So like, yes, you can go and like get product and stuff, but there's no like, you're not playing in like a draft tournament.
Oh, I think stream exploded. Can anybody else see me?
You're live. There's just no.
I'm live, but no
Nobody.
nothing.
An ad refreshed.
Everybody hold. It says my bit rate is in the tank. Let's see if it recovers.
It looks like you're back.
Let's see if it killed my YouTube video.
Whoa.
What's up?
Like watching it in real time as your stream crashes.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. Oh, you're dead. You're
See if it
crashing.
killed my YouTube
I'm
video.
being digitized. That's a good way to word. Yeah. Whoa. Like it's weird because you're live.
It looks like YouTube's chill though.
There's no sound coming from your Twitch stream either.
There's no sound from Twitch.
There's no sound coming from your Twitch stream either.
There's no sound from Twitch. Oh, it's interesting. I just.
I mean, there's no show either. So.
There's no show either. It says I'm live.
Yeah, you're live. Like this. I'll just show you. This is what's happening.
Oh, you're live streaming here. Open. Oh,
it's fixed now.
It's fixed now. We're good.
Hey, you did it. Nothing changed.
Okay. That's neat.
You're good now. You're good. You're good.
This is still good on YouTube. Okay. But now that I'm on the YouTube page, I will click this monetize on. Hell yeah. Now the YouTube people are getting ads. We've done it. All right, chat. Here's what I need from you. This show does not work without you. It's a UniVersus call-in show. It's the Tam and Barrett UniVersus Super Show. If you are interested in being on the show, all you got to do is either one of two ways. Look at the right camera. One of two ways. Jump on my Discord, open up a ticket, and come be in the show. You can come join the Discord call that me and Barrett are on, and we will conversate with you about your cool topic if it is so chosen. If you don't want to be on the show, that's a-okay. You can go ahead and just submit channel points over on Twitch. Sadly, on YouTube, I don't have a way to submit things yet, so it's a work in progress, everybody. And get your answer read on the air. But obviously, you won't be in the Discord call as you are not on Discord. So either way, we do prioritize the Discord calls as it is a call-in show rather than the ticket or the points submissions. But either one will work, even if we save your point submitted things until the end of or the start of next week's show. I just That was a question that somebody spent points on. So if you want to answer that before we start, I guess.
I'd like to speak to them in a negative way. I'm kidding. They're new actually. So full disclosure, I'll give you the lore. So I
Whoa.
wanted to mix it up because for the longest time my hair has just been long and my hair is very naturally straight, but it has just been length probably since forever, since I've been
Yeah.
growing it out.
Since I know you.
So I'm like, well, let's do something different. Let's stylize it. So now I put in a little bit more effort into my hair every day, and then the goal was I wanted to also get a perm done, which, if for anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's basically like putting chemicals in your hair to make it curly. Sadly, I have been getting my hair highlighted and colored for as long as I can remember, and those do not mix. So I still went for the mullet cut, and I told my new barber, or my new stylist, I was like, "Hey, how long do I have to be coming here with you specifically? Because she's my brand new stylist.
Mm-hmm.
How long do I have to come here specifically with just you, and not put color in my hair anymore until we can perm it?" And she goes, "Ask me next time." So when I see her next month, we'll have even more to
Well,
figure out.
updates.
Yeah, I did.
Updates. That's so funny.
Because yeah, it's just trying something new.
I love it. Variety
Yeah,
is the spice
it's
of
just
life.
adding
Whatever.
some style to it, aside from still having long hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still figuring out the facial hair situation.
Me too. I think I'm gonna go with clean shaven tomorrow.
I don't so I'm doing a lot better of like, especially on the weekends before I go out. Like I shave all this shit, all this gross neck beard, and I think it looks pretty good when it's just the like clean cut off.
Yeah.
My problem is that like I know how it looks like on camera, but like I grow hair here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking blonde.
Yeah.
So it looks like on camera or like from a distance or in photos sometimes, it looks like I just don't grow hair here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's just a world where I'm seriously considering it. I think I just fucking scrap the mustache like 100%, and I just do the beard.
Interesting.
So I'm considering it. I haven't really fully. Honestly, what I need to do is I need to just go to a barber. Like
Yeah.
I have a stylist obviously for my hair, but I need to go to a barber and I just need to pay somebody to fucking do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, I need you to go in and make everything even and make everything. The cool thing with the mullet is like the sideburns really work well with it.
Yeah.
So like all of this shit, I don't have to fucking worry about.
Yeah.
But this I've figured out.
Mm-hmm.
I've figured out this. It's this. We need to figure this out, I think. And so I'm baby steps.
Can I?
It's like
I'm gonna give my unwanted opinion.
okay.
Personally, I don't like. I think it's really, really, really easy to fuck up beard, no mustache. I think it's so.
Really?
I think it's
Yeah,
so
really? Okay.
easy to fuck that up and make you look like a creep or in an entirely different realm, because I don't want these two words to be associated to each other. Amish, or like
For beard, no mustache?
beard, no mustache. I think you easily could make that happen. If you can give me an example where I'm wrong, right?
I understand. I see what you're talking about. I understand.
I think that's so interesting. I almost would be like, go to your barber and be like, how do I take and even artificially just darken up beside my
this?
just a tiny bit, just so it barely touches, right? Because all you're looking for is the connection, right? That's all you want, is just the connect, right? From the upper lip to the side over here, it's like less than an inch, like on both sides. Like, you just make that happen and it's all one unit. I think you're golden, man. I think
like the easiest solution, and it sucks, is just like I can especially right now because I'm letting this grow, but I'm still keeping it like tight to my face, because if I don't take care of it, it will go this way. It will go out. So I'm trying to keep it still on my face. But for this, what ends up typically happening is I just have to take like a razor, or I take my shaver with like a number 2 guard, and I just like make it shorter than the rest of this.
Yeah.
It's still there, but when it's shorter, the blonde blends with the brown better.
Sure.
And
sure.
I just like especially right now, like it is incredibly long right here, and it's still here. It's just fucking blonde.
Yeah.
And so it just looks like
I think you
if
take a
if
Sharpie
the
to that
problem
bitch,
is that
and I think you're great, man. Genuinely. I think just a little connection from beard to mustache. The other thing, and this
because even
might
like
be
this shit's blonde, man, and it's
this
is what it
might be me like being your friend and seeing you week to week,
this is
like every
this is
week.
crazy.
I think that genuinely, I think your facial hair looks good. I think it all looks good on you, even as is. Like you're self-conscious because you get to stare at it every day.
Yeah. Because
But
I'm
like,
single and obviously no one finds me attractive.
I'm being delivered a quesadilla, and this is the
Ooh.
box it's being delivered in.
Well, that's
It's
crazy. That's a pizza.
Romeo's
It's a Romeo's quesadilla. That makes
quesadilla
sense.
in a pizza box.
But thank you for the question. I appreciate your concern for
She
my
should have just told me it
hair.
was a quesadilla pizza, and like that would be. I understand. This is a quesadilla pizza, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's from
this
Romeo's.
Is a quesadilla pizza. She called me and was like, "Their quesadillas are weird. They're like flat and crunchy." And I was like, "What is that? Sure, just give me a
What
quesadilla."
does that mean?
It's a pizza. There's a word for it. It's a pizza. I'm excited to eat that after the show.
I appreciate everybody giving me compliments on my hair. It is a defining factor of me, I suppose.
Correct. Yeah.
I would not be here without my hair, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody would have stopped you and been like,
As a bearded man, I recommend seeing it. But see, that's what I'm saying right here. Imaginary man, he's like
Yeah.
at least once. And I've been before. I have not been, obviously, since I changed my hair. And I obviously haven't been since I've figured this out. That's not my concern. It's this part. This.
Harriet Bryant is very funny.
Yeah. I don't think you have any. You guys are very kind.
We've got Cameron Cardwell and,
don't get me wrong,
Harriet
guys.
Bryant on the podcast.
When I'm like out and about, like when I'm like out drinking with my friends and stuff, I'm oozing with confidence. I'm just being very honest with you all, in my own opinion. Like I've gained so much weight in the past year after having left the restaurant industry and working from home. I am not the same level of attractiveness that I used to be, at least like fit body wise. Even with going to the gym.
Please put the word self in there somewhere. I think you're attractive. I don't think you look actively
There's an
bad,
asterisk.
right?
There's an asterisk.
Don't talk about my friend that way, Barrett.
This is for anybody that out there that does struggle to talk to like women
or people.
I'm sorry. It does not matter how you look. It matters how confident you are.
Yeah.
And I'm oozing with confidence.
Yeah.
So like I don't struggle with any of that.
You're an oozer. We get it.
Yeah. But like, when I get out of the shower and I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror, I go, how the fuck do I figure this out? Is Bear Bryant calling out? No, Nathan has unlocked liquid courage. That's how Nathan works now in social environments. Okay, I'm ready for real questions. I don't think we want to talk about my hair anymore.
I'm going to click the record button then. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the Tam and Barrett UniVersus Super Show. My name is Tam. I'm joined with Barrett and you. That's right. This is UniVersus Call-In Show. And you are our third guest. The way that you come and you be on the show is two ways for everybody in chat right now. Number one, the best and most awesome way is to join my Discord. You can use links in the description of the video as well as the panels over on Twitch. Come join in. Make sure you apply to the correct role so you can see all the correct channels. Open up a ticket in the Ask Tam a Question. Ask a question. Come join the waiting room. Come be on the show with us. We'll talk about your question, all three of us, and we'll have a good old time. The other way that you can do it is being over on twitch.com/TamCardwell. Not on YouTube. Don't have it figured out yet. Submit a question there via channel points. Your questions are second-class citizens over there to the live streamed content, so please bear with me, and we will talk about it. But for our warm-up question, nice, easy, and breezy, as we have people coming and jumping on the show. Barrett.
Yes.
If you could only play one symbol forever, what would it be? I have rubbed a magic lamp that makes me amazing at universes. And he's like, Tam, I'm going to have you win every tournament for the rest of forever, but your co-host for the Tam and Barrett Universe Super Show gets to only play one symbol of universes for the rest of their life. What would it be? This is brought into us by our genie, TCG_talk. What symbol do you pick and why?
Man,
I'm sure this is a way tougher question for you than it is for me, because like, can I as we get into it, has your favorite
Sure.
symbol changed over the years?
Absolutely.
Interesting. Can you take me through the timeline?
Yeah, sure. When I first started playing the game, I was very enamored with fast building, very good and earth symbol identity stuff. You can see a lot of this like in Kirishima in the beginning of My Hero. I played a character called Guile from Street Fighter when he first came out. Not Lenoco, of course. But he did a whole thing where like if you played a specific keyword of attacks, he got to build foundations from his card pool. There was synergies from prior KOF stuff that had to do with foundations and card pools. And you can even see a little bit of this when I went and played Cassie Cage for my first ever national championship win. And so I really do like messing with like foundations and card pool manipulation stuff. Shout outs to Jacob Johnson playing characters like Maxi that did a lot of this.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I think I really wanted to be a good symbol gamer because of this, because of that identity. But I fell in love with Mega Man 2 and the idea of board interaction on my rival, but doing it on their turn. So
Sure.
the idea was what symbol excelled in doing that. And yes, water was the better reversal symbol, but order was better at board interaction, specifically when you think about like stun and committal. So for the longest time, I told everybody I'm an order gamer. I'm for sure an order gamer. The reality is, Tam, is that as the game has evolved, and we can briefly talk about like symbol bleed and how like symbol identity was kind of a wash way back then because every card had 3 symbols on it.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case nowadays. Now, there are, I think, very clear symbol identities when you're like, yeah, this card only has the chaos symbol on it. This does a chaos thing. You know, like it's very easy to pinpoint that. And then also with some like, I'm not going to count right now because there's obviously some very misrepresentation of symbols in the format. But if you think like My Hero 1 through 6,
Yeah.
we can still find like some symbol identities. And I would have to say, if I had to pick a symbol right now, this is crazy because this is not how I played the game back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Void.
Void.
I think I play Void and I lock it in
Whoa.
forever.
Dang. Void
Yeah.
forever.
I just really like, because you're just in a similar thing of what I know that you like to do in our game.
Mm-hmm.
It's resource denial,
Yeah.
but it's not about specifically removing the pieces, right? It's about specifically knowing when to say no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that answer. So my first deck ever was Dr. Wily 1 dot on the death symbol. It was essentially like a starter deck that was like slightly upgraded with some chaff that the TCGU boys gave me. And I played it and I upgraded it and whatever. And like my journey competitively, I'm actually trying to think back of if there is a symbol that I haven't played competitively, like registered at a regional. And obviously my memory sucks, but like even going all the way back in the day of like under Chaos, I played Tokoyami. Under Void, I've played Eraserhead at a major. Under a bunch of stuff. Like I think it's easy to be like, I don't think I'm an all gamer, right? Like I don't think I've
Yeah, I
ever
think that's
registered an
fair.
all deck. At least that like had any real legs, right? I think that my answer probably is death. And the reason is because I really like the board state matters that death has, whether that is like some sort of foundation cancel, or I like the fight between me having a stage and denying you a stage, and that interaction back and forth. Like when I think about like the difference between, i.e., the good symbol and the death symbol, right? Like if we wanted to like um rub them together and be like, how are they the same? When I think of the good symbol, I think of having a lot of foundations and like building them in quick, and they're not necessarily very good. Like I will play these moves as Guile for say, and then I'll build them all down quickly, but because I built them and then played an attack, they probably weren't the best to make sure that my checks are good, blah blah blah. I think the quality of the foundations that are represented the death symbol on my side, and then me trying to deny you quality foundations on your side, is kind of how I want to play the game. I really care about the permanence being good inside of universes. So I guess I just play the death symbol as that idea. It's probably why I like backup so much, is because they've introduced a new permanent that we're allowed to fight over. Like I want to fight over the permanents. I want you to destroy my things. I want to destroy your things. But I want us to end up, not both of us be negative. Both of us be like slightly positive. Be like, shit, my stage is broken. Your stage is broken. Let's rebuild and move.
The same boat as you, that like at least when it's come to like my competitive success, like I've never felt like I want to play this symbol because that's the symbol I love and adore, right?
Yeah.
It's very much, but like I will say there is a symbol I think I've never really vibed with. I'm gonna make some people mad. I don't get the infatuation with the life symbol. I
Really,
don't get it. I
really.
don't get it.
Whoa.
And this is crazy because I am a white gamer in Magic.
Yeah. I've been told that I would be a white gamer in
it's
Magic.
like crazy. I'm a white gamer, but man, I think the life symbol is just like I gain life and I mess with progressive, and I'm like a halfway decent defensive symbol.
Yeah.
And like that's your identity, and I go, that's lame.
That's
Cuz like
lame.
cuz you ready? If I made you right here and now be like, I need you to pick 6 of the symbols and they're the aggressive symbols, and 6 symbols and they're the like defensive symbols, right?
Yeah.
You could do it. I know you could.
Yeah.
Because there are clear defined lines over the course of the history of the game that you can kind of identify with. And I would say that the symbols I most enjoy are those disruptive / defensive symbols. Historically, I have liked water, void, evil. I've even learned to love, which is disruptive, even though that's also aggression. The good symbol, which is very defensive, protective, kind of like we were just talking about. So I've an order, right? So I've identified with a lot of those. The biggest one I don't vibe with is probably like Earth, which a lot of people would put in that like defensive symbol category.
Slow.
But like when you and then we have to fight over like where does life belong? And it's like, well, probably where evil does, right? Someone would probably put evil more so on aggressive. The way that they interact with your opponent, I think, is very interesting and defensive and disruptive.
Yeah.
But they do it like an aggressive manner, right? Like offensive check hacks, but of course there's defensive check hacks, like stuff like that. But man, almost all of the aggressive symbols I don't really care about.
Sure.
Like fire, whatever. Like I've played it, sure.
Yeah. I think it's fun to have.
I love air.
Fire, right?
I love air, and air is more aggressive now than I think it's ever been, because the air symbol was typically a defensive one. Speed manipulation.
Yeah.
More like block tricks kind of thing. But man, like chaos, whatever. Like I know I've won with it, but like whatever, whatever. Like I don't really care. So a lot of the like aggressive leaning symbols I just don't care about, but the ones that just have that fun, cool interactions with your opponent, and the different levels of disruption, right? Water's like back in the day, I'll play reversals, or nowadays more it's closer to just like card pull clog and whatever. Freezing, like I like that stuff. I think that stuff's really cool. Do a mechanic now get rewarded for it later? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's dope, and I think that this question is actually easier to answer now than it's ever been, exclusively because of how attuned works. And with symbol identity becoming more clear, like you said, symbol bleed is a thing. And I think that there's a world where, I don't know, as a player, as somebody who buys cards and plays the game pretty religiously, it feels like my opinion on this flip flops every day, right? Of like,
Sure.
I don't. I'm not envious of the designers even a little bit of the game when it comes to like how to work with the symbols and identity, because I've been quoted on this podcast of saying, fuck it, let's get rid of all symbol identity and everything's attuned now, let it rock. Let's ride out the rest of the year in the Wild West. I also think that there's something really cool about the nuance of having single attuned cards, double attuned cards, double resource cards, triple resource cards. Like I think that
Yeah.
there's
It's a cool lever.
beauty in that complexity of like what can or can't you put in your deck, and what does that do to the identity of the deck in how it plays.
It's ready.
It's tough to like want to have one foot in both of those camps and be like, I like both of these things.
My favorite part about it is like obviously like I'll dox myself. Obviously I made the Street Fighter decks, right? So like, and I made Street Hero.
Yeah.
And it's because I knew that struggling with studies is gone. But I think that card, and a lot of people really value that card.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, I can't just reprint that card. That card was very powerful. I think there was even a conversation I was having with some people. There was a world where if you were playing those three symbols, that card was in your deck no matter what, right? And like, is that good? Is that something we should be looking for? I don't know if that's the answer. There's not a real answer to that. But the point I'm trying to get at is, man, what's the water part of that card? You should be rewarded for blocking, or at least playing good defense.
Yeah.
Change a couple words on the card, make it a tune, and there's a real power level discrepancy because of the one that you have to play on fixed symbols versus my character just happens to have this symbol. I get a tool that uses a piece of that. And I genuinely think that kind of shape of like the amount of symbols that's on a card, how many of them are, whether they're fixed or attuned, is a real gauge of like how strong should this card be, or is this card allowed to be? Asterisks, obviously. But when it comes to like the core of what you are developing for card pools, especially when symbols, and there's 12 of them, it really helps solidify not just those identities, right? But then also really taking like, well, this specific effect, what is the power level of that effect? And what if it was the only thing on the card and it was only given to the symbol that it represents for? So I think it is a cool way to look at it in a different lens.
I agree. TCG Talk, thank you for the question. I do greatly appreciate it. This is a question submitted I believe at the very beginning of this broadcast. Good fun, good quick one. Good 15-minute chat. Again, if you want your question submitted to be here on the show, come join me over in Discord, where you can open up a ticket, come be on the show proper, join the voice chat, have a conversation, all three of us, and / or come submit via Twitch and using channel points. My next question for you is evergreen. It's very, very evergreen. Asterisks, right? Fan of the show, old Jasco employee Luke Butler asks,
Mr. Butler,
how do you grow your local UVS scene? as somebody who's grown a scene, Kansas City, as somebody who has helped grow scenes in Omaha and Des Moines, and once we've both worked at a card shop that supported this game and so on and so forth,
Sure.
what advice do you have to every player that is looking to be more inundated in growing their local scene? Because I think that this question has a multitude of answers based on your relationship and your store's relationship with the game, right? The answer to this question of how do I grow my local scene is vastly different if I'm the only person. It's me by myself and I bought cards and I show up to the store and I just have a big pile of boxes and I'm like, I want to play the game with somebody. Somebody play with me. Or you have 8 to 16 players already and you're trying to get to that next echelon of how do I get 32 bodies in here? And so what are your thoughts on growing the scene? And we can start wherever it is that you want it and we can flow and manipulate. I imagine this will take like 30 minutes genuinely. Like we're going to yap for on this one for a bit.
I think there's a lot of answers for it. I think it's easy because, like, again, I think we can talk about a billion of them. But I think the reality is, like, I think I'm going to pick one and you pick one, basically. Sorry, Jeremy Ray is blowing up my DMs.
Tell him to come be on the show. Come be like, hey, man, come join if he wants to be on the podcast that bad.
No. It's not about that. He went and got some Riftbound blisters that he found at Walmart, and so we're talking about.
So he's breaking street date. Everybody, get it.
In his words, he went, "Well, why not?" This is my. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pick a one word, and I'm gonna say it because I think it's what matters, obviously, the most.
Yeah.
And that word that I will use is if you want to grow your local UVS scene, I simply think all it takes as one piece of the pie is exposure.
Oh, I love that.
I don't think it is about hosting demo days. I don't think it's about, asking random Joe Schmoes to come try out a new game. I think that's intimidating. I think people don't want to necessarily do that. Tam, when you go to the card store, you have a very clear purpose to be there. You're either meeting there with friends that you're going to play your game that you went to go there for.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to buy something because you're there to purchase a product.
It's a store.
Or you're there for an event, which is very close to the first thing I said.
Very
close. The people that are already at the card store, there are very few of them that are just like, I would like somebody to teach me a new game, please. Those people just don't really exist. But I was talking about this with a friend of mine and how he grew his local environment. So when he was living in a different state, he would just show up for locals of a different game that he played at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He would show up hours beforehand. And this was the dedication it takes. Don't get me wrong. For him specifically wanting to go hours beforehand. And he had a friend, of course, that also played this other game. And they would show up hours before their main tournament and they would play UFS.
Yep.
And that's all they would do. They're like, can we play 3 hours of UFS before our Lorcana tournament? Flesh and Blood? Whatever. Yeah, man. I've already got the night off because I'm going to go play in the Flesh and Blood tournament. I can show up a couple hours earlier. I'll eat my dinner early or whatever. And you go and you play UniVersus for 3 hours. And what matters while you're doing that is you will have people walk over or walk by because people are nosy. We're humans. And they're going to go, is that Ryu from Street Fighter? Or they're going to be like, is that the is that the Smiling Titan from Attack
My favorite. Holy cow, I can't believe Big Mouth Titan is on a card. Holy shit.
Okay, but the reality is that it will happen. I know you're memeing about it, but it will happen. Oh my gosh, is that Midoriya? And you're like, yeah, man. And he turns over and he turns into the Dark Deku. And they're like, whoa, what the heck is this? And you have initiated the conversation.
Yeah.
You don't got to teach them how to play right then and there. Give them a little TLDR. Like, you're welcome to sit and join us. You're welcome to watch. If you have any questions, of course, we'll answer you. And that's all it takes. And then if you're already the step beyond that, which is you have a local scene and you have a day that you play your tournaments, again, don't just show up on time for your tournaments. If you're already there to play UniVersus, if you can get there a little earlier, stay there a little later, whatever it is, the more time you're spent showing people how much you care about a thing and how much fun you're having, yada, 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 people are freaking nosy, man.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, dude, I just got blown out on turn 3 in this Commander game. I'm not having fun. I hate that guy. He's over there having fun. What the hell is he doing? And then he's going to come over and take a look.
Yeah.
Like, that is how many conversations we've, and it's so easy because our game is IP centric, right?
Yeah.
It is so easy to catch somebody's eye because of something that you're playing with. And I'm not saying exposure is the solution, but exposure creates the conversation. And I think for what happens for a lot of people with their local scenes is that conversations just aren't being started. Yes, you can host demo days. Yes, you can do a ton of other stuff.
Yeah.
But man, like, one of those requires a ton of investment, and the other one is just you playing your game.
Let me take that and turn it to the nth degree, right? Let me turn that knob. On Amazon, you can get little plastic, they call them table tents. Like they have them at restaurants or whatever. They're like a little it's plastic and it's got a thing and you can slide a piece of paper in it. Literally every set you could print out a nice piece of paper that says, ask me how to play the UniVersus card game.
The shirt guy. Have you seen the shirt
guy? Yes.
Yeah.
Rebby designed that shirt.
Nice. Let's go, Rebby.
Literally, you could make that and you could change in the plastic insert of, and it doesn't have to be UniVersus, right? Learn to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles card game and just
rip.
Well, no, that's not. Wait,
Sorry.
ask the Guilty Gear card game, the Attack on Titan card game, the whatever, and put that next to you while you are playing any of your games. When you go to your locals, just like at table 1, go put that sign up, make it bright orange so people see it, and they will see it from across the room, and it is telling people, giving them the opening. Ask me about this thing. Ask me about it. Rather than them walking up being like, them peeking over and you having to initiate the conversation. They're allowed to initiate that conversation. And you'll still get the people who will like walk up and be like, what's UniVersus? I didn't know TMNT had a card game. Whatever. But that signage...
Like, the Magic set doesn't come out yet, Tam.
That signage is on the opposite plane as the tables. If you think about everything is horizontal, this is vertical. Right? And so like it will be seen in parallel to all the flat cards being played. Can be seen from across the room. Ask me how to play the Red Horizon card game. It's called Exceed, and it's more like a fighting game. I bet that it's more popular than the UniVersus set. Anyways, so like there's that. But everything that you've said, Barrett, is some real broke boy behavior. So I'm going to actually tell you how to throw money at the problem, okay? Here's what I do as a TO. First and foremost, it starts with your player base. If you have any amount of players, any at all, here's the deal that you make with your players. If they bring in a fresh body, if I'm Cameron Cardwell and I bring in my buddy Barrett Bryant, who has never played UniVersus before ever, and obviously,
Well, you're just lying.
Obviously, you have to vet this person, and like it's an honor system type thing. If Barrett Bryant goes to the counter, who's never played the game before, and buys at least $15 worth of UniVersus product, i.e. a starter deck, if they want to cash in a little bit more and go for the challenger deck or whatever, by all means, you as the TO are going to pay for both Barrett's first tournament entry and Tam's first tournament entry. So they bought $15 from the store. I'm going to give the store $12 to have 2 bodies. As a thank you to Tam for bringing somebody in, and Barrett, you already spent $15 your tournament's on me. I think that instantly, that goodwill just to bring it in is great. The next thing that you need to do is Barrett Bryant bought a starter deck. Barrett Bryant's deck sucks. He needs to be playing on the same...
I've got a Godzilla deck. Hold on.
Okay. because of how much of a whale the UniVersus community is, we can all come together. The TO, the store, the whatever should have a very similar level powered deck that can play against Barrett Bryant in their first tournament. If you go and you buy a Critical Role starter deck and you're Percy, you should have a sleeved up Beauregard deck ready to go. You should have a TMNT starter deck ready to go. You should throw away every copy of the Levi and Mikasa starter decks. Those aren't worth the cards they're printed on. Get rid of it. And you can do the same thing with the challenger decks. Obviously, they're a little bit more expensive, but do you know how many challenger decks have been open just for the collector's pack? And the little brick is thrown away.
Bricks? I have a billion of them. I have a billion of them.
Donate them. Donate them to a good cause, right? You will have people who do that and are down to make that purchase. And so you should just have it sleeved up in a long box and be like, hey, I've got 6 of these challenger decks. You bought Godzilla. What do you want to play against? Barrett Bryant, who's never played the game before. And they're going to go,
Sung Jin Woo.
I don't care, man. And you're going to go, Sung Jin Woo, that's sick. And you're probably going to get your teeth kicked in. That's totally fine. It's a locals. You made Barrett Bryant have fun at their locals, right? But when Barrett Bryant buys his overpowered Godzilla challenger deck and sits down across from Devil Jin right now, there's not a game. There's just not a game. And so like introducing them on the correct power level, once you have gotten them in the door, you've gotten past that initial idea and the hook has entered their mouth. This is how you're going to scoop them, by being kind to the community. You saved them literally $6. That's, half a lunch at McDonald's or whatever. And then you made their 3 rounds enjoyable, and you just be like, as the TO, hey, you've got these 3 rounds. If you're playing against Barrett, you're going to play one of these decks, and as the TO, I'll play you with my real deck afterwards so that you can still feel like you got in your real round if you want to. Barrett, if you want to watch this round at higher level competitive play, come ask any questions, and there's your boots on the ground. Get in there. But it really does takes involvement and engagement, and it takes work from your TO to make sure that Barrett has fun. And that is a big thing that a lot of card game players don't do in general, is make sure that there is hand holding to pull people up to your level. It's very FGC worthy, or I'm just gonna press a bunch of buttons and I'm just gonna beat your ass 2-0 in 2 minutes, and you can go back to the losers bracket. It's not how you grow a community. Truthfully, it's just not how it works.
FGC, fighting game community.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said FCG, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I totally get what you mean. In a similar vein, if you don't want to throw your specific money at it, I think there's even something to be said if you're the veteran of your community. I've got a billion promos that I could never sell if I wanted to or could, or move quickly enough to ever care. Just bring them and give them out to people. Mm-hmm. Give people a reason to people want that dopamine, man. And like it's the kindness, right? It's the kindness. Because if you're willing to give them something of value as a gift, they will gift you with their time, because that's all it takes to start the conversation, right? So, I mean, in the same boat, Chris Smith was literally looking for retro stuff. And I said, hey, man, I don't play retro. Obviously, I played the game for a long time beforehand. Yeah, man, if you're looking for promos, I actually have a billion of them. So I said, here's 60-something cards, dude. Just have them, he was very kind and, sent me some compensation for it, which I did not want him to. But that's because Chris Smith is a very good friend of mine. But
we got him.
His what? It was him.
He's
giving
selling
me a
cards.
gift.
He's selling cards. But we got his ass.
But it's like, I gave them to him because I said, these are worthless to me.
Yeah.
I have genuinely too many.
Yeah.
Have them, because all he wanted to do, he goes, I want to make my retro event special.
Yeah.
Almost all of his players are not people that played during that time, and they have given their initiative and interest to participate in retro. And so Chris is just like, I want to make this event something special to them. And I said, well, here, let me help you. Because that's all we want. We just want people to be interested. And if it just means I give you some promos that are literally sitting in a box, absolutely, man. Take
Yeah.
my stuff. Like, I don't care. I give away mats. UVS Games, they send me the play mats all the time. The ones that come out with the new product releases. I just bring them to the store and I'm like, can you give this away as a door prize to someone? Like, just roll a die, or if there's a new person, give it to them. Like, don't have somebody sit down and not play on a mat, even though I don't play on a mat. But because, yeah, why not, celebrate, like, hey, this is the most recent thing that came out. Here's a TMNT mouse pad. That's what
Yeah.
they are to me, right?
Here's my final question, and we'll wrap this up. This sounds like we answered pretty easily 0 to 8, 8 to 16. What about the play groups that have more than 16 trying to build? Like, I go to some stores and I watch a Friday Night Magic fire with 40 people. Oh, to
Sure.
dream about that happening. Do you think that there's a possibility at all for UniVersus to have that scale? And if so, what can you do as a player that you have a successful play group? How do you bolster and booster it as not even necessarily the champion, the one leading the charge, but as an everyday player? Do you think that there's any advice that you can give there?
I think there's a next step. Yeah, I think there's always a next step, right? And I don't think that step is go to the regionals with your big group and look like an intimidating team. Wink, wink. I do think matters is if you have one store in your area and you have that many people willing to play at one store, start a conversation with another store. Because again, I think exposure is what matters. And just because people go to, here's a great example. Here in Omaha, we had for the longest time only one store that ever played Bushiroad games. So yeah, everyone that was interested in playing a Bushiroad game only went to that store.
Yeah.
But Legendary Wolf didn't play Bushiroad games, but they were the UFS store. Imagine if you just started playing a little bit of UFS at the non-UFS store. You've now exposed the game some more.
Yeah. It's way easier
We
to
got
grow.
more players.
You can grow from 0 to 8 probably faster than you can from 16 to 32. Like,
Yes,
more
absolutely.
than likely.
But you do have to, and that's where you have to kind of put your boots to the ground and like go find it, because like there's even within Omaha, there's a billion card stores or hobby shops where people play Magic or Pokemon or whatever. And for every Magic the Gathering UniVersus Beyond enjoyer, there's a world where they might enjoy something like UniVersus. The problem is that their card store probably doesn't support UniVersus. So you have to go and have that conversation and have that exposure. So I think that's the next step, especially like you said, if there's 8 of you and you're like I'm not even just saying like, hey, there's 8 of you, you have one store, you only have locals on one night. Instead of expanding your locals to a second night, go find another store to go play at a different night.
Yeah.
And that is going to do twice what you're asking for. One, it's asking another store to be financially invested to have a real reason to also grow their own local scene, which is just you and your friends already.
Yeah.
And second, you've accomplished what you wanted because you now have a second place to show exposure to your game and a second place to acquire your cool promos and stuff that you want to do because you all support the game and you play the game, right?
Yeah, if you walk into a store with 4 people who are like, I'm ready to pay you X dollars a week to play and use your space,
they'll do it.
They'll do it. They'll do it in a heartbeat, and they'll drop a couple grand on boxes, and they'll message UVS Games, and they'll get involved. But you just have to like organize outside of it. I mean, Discord's a great spot to like have your city hub to make it happen. And honestly, just like talk to the employees, like get the employees involved and get them playing if there's an uneven bide round, right? Like it's you can do it, but again, we've said it maybe 6 times already. It does take legwork. It's not going to happen overnight, especially for a little game like ours.
I think literally this happened for us in Kansas City. We already had our one store that we played at, and it was, this is post-COVID still time. Like, we already had our store. We had our dedicated group that we played with. And then that store, they were very honest with us. They were like, "Hey man, we're out of the new set. Like we don't have any more." And it's like, that's okay. We bought them from you. Like it's our fault. Like we're not upset with that.
Yeah.
And they literally told us, they're like, we think we heard that so and so other store did buy some of the product, but they don't have any players. And we literally talked to our first store and we said, we're gonna go play there for one night. We're not leaving. We're gonna come back. But if they bought the product, they probably need people to teach them the game and show them what's going on. We're gonna buy them out anyway to get so because they want product.
Yeah.
But why not try and maybe grow the player bases to then bring them to the other store? So like everything is a symbiotic relationship, not just as you as the player and you the store that you're trying to grow your locals at. But I understand that other card stores, they are competing against other card stores in the city. But if you all just worked together, you'd all make money.
High tides raise all ships. It literally is just as simple as that.
And then we had 2 stores that we played UniVersus at.
Yeah. And you can
Imagine.
and let's get even crazier with it, right? You've got 2 card stores that now handshake and feel good about it. If across the 2 stores you have that 30-person like total, right? We've got 20 people that go to one and 20 people that go to the other with a 10-person bleed in the middle. Every other month, let's host a really big tournament and get everybody in one store in 1 month. All 30 players are all going to play at this store, and the next month all 30 players can go play for a big prize in this. And now, hey, there's 30 people in the room, which was the goal of the entire idea.
And you already have
Yeah.
incentive to be having that conversation between other stores anyway because of the local championship, right?
Yeah.
Like you as a player, I would like to go to both of these, please. Can we communicate with each other to make this work? And that's exactly what your players want anyway. So
Yeah.
but if you're just if you're just 2 different stores and nobody talks to each other and you guys are segregated, what happens when you schedule your events on the same day? Then you're not helping each other. You're not growing as a community. You are just 2 separate communities.
I dig it. I think I'm getting the next question up, so I'm stalling.
You're good.
I think that there is work to be done, and I think there's things that you can do. And honestly, like if you are dead set on if you are dead set on
Dead set.
growing your community, reach out to UVS Games. Hey, I have a store here that I am trying to make some motion and waves happen. Can you call the store and set up a demo day? Can you call the store and get them some free product? Can you do a little bit of cold calling and be like, hey, we as the company have heard that there are players that are excited to play this game. Have you heard the good word? And it'll work or it won't or whatever. But like there's certainly it's better than doing nothing,
As I pull up Slack right now, there are literally people in the company and their entire job is LGS support, LGS team, LGS communicate, whatever. Like the people exist. Yeah.
They just need to know that you
message me and I'll send you something.
yeah.
I'll mail you something. That's as simple as it takes. Genuinely.
I dig it. Great question, Luke. Sorry, it's literally. Hold on. When did you send this? You sent this to me on 9/16. It's now 10/23. We have just not had a chance to get it done because of other people taking a higher priority.
I've seen him in person since then.
Yes, it's also and in person. I was like, I promise we'll get to your question. I promise it'll happen. So, wow. Luke, I hope we did it justice, man. If you guys want to be on the show just like Luke was, there's 2 ways to do it. 1, submit your question over here on Twitch. Spend your hard-earned channel points. Do it that way. A lower priority than the second way, which is come join the Discord, ask a question, be on the call, which we've had nobody do. I'm going to call him out. We had Constantine open a ticket, type. I saw it say Constantine is typing, and then he stopped typing and didn't submit anything. And I went, question marks at Constantine, are you here? And he goes, I grifted. I don't have a good question. And I was like, whatever, man. So currently I've got nobody to be on the show. I think this week is going to be, might be our first week with no call-ins.
That's
With
okay.
nobody.
Give him the FOMO. Give him the FOMO.
Yeah, how dare you? We're doing this for you. Anyways, my next question again comes from Twitch chat. And it's a question that we've talked about a lot. Attack on Titan, I think I'm down to say it, the most divisive set in the history of universes. I think that's just the case. I think that it is will go down as the as the question with as the set with the biggest news attached, right? Hardware UVS says,
a shift, you say?
A shift in the game, a real transformation, some would say that it ruined the game. Do you believe the overall design philosophy? Do you believe in the overall design philosophy for Attack on Titan? There's more to this question, and I will fix believe in the overall design philosophy. The rest of their question reads as, do you believe that the overall design philosophy for Attack on Titan was helpful or harmful to the overall game development? So I've slimmed that down a little bit to fit into my little question box here. But Barrett, we've talked about this, I don't want to say a lot, but again, it's the most divisive set. We have to talk about Attack on Titan design at least once a month, or our contracts are null and void. Let's talk philosophy of the game. There's a big shift, a big change. Triple symbols. We introduced a bunch of new mechanics. We added how we deck build. I can't remember the last time. Like, did Garrett Brett have a 2 symbol character out by now? He did. He had Garrett Brett. He had a 2 symbol character. So technically not the first time a character had 2 symbols, but like 2 symbol characters kind of stuck around. Like there's a ton of things talking about Attack on Titan. Why do you think it was helpful or harmful to the overall game design? Obviously, chat at home, take what he says with a grain of salt. He works for the company, and so like, be careful. Be careful. He'll lead you astray. He's a snake.
Okay, for the question that's on the screen, do you believe in the overall design philosophy for Attack on Titan? I think it's a yes and a no, and I think it's very obvious to see that there were some wins and there were some losses in there.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that I do believe in is the willingness to take risks, because it is something that I have had a gripe with as a player of the game for the longest time. How, and this is nothing to the designers beforehand, it was just every set was the same. Everything was the same. Like I understand people miss character kits, but every set it was, here's a character and its kit. If you don't like it, guess you don't like it. Here's another character. Here's a kit. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Here's another kit. It over and over and over again. And it was like that since I started playing the game. Like Capcom Platinum was the closest thing to not having that. And even then, there was new characters with like 2 card kits.
Yeah.
And then reprints.
Yeah.
That were from kits. And so if you go all the way back, even DLCs, what are those? Those are just 4 card kits. 3 card kits, whatever. And I just, man, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a formula, but it was the unwillingness to change and try something new. And I think if there's anything that Attack on Titan does, it is the willingness to try something new and then learn from the things that you tried. Hey, this didn't work out. Hey, maybe this was a bad call. Hey, this could work in a different scenario. This was maybe not that scenario. all of these things add together. Yeah, someone in the chat says it. I think if you don't evolve, you die.
Yeah.
I think that's a very harsh way to say it. But like IP acquisition for the entire history of this game is never and has never been the reason why this game will become the big game that it wants to be, or it wants to reach that next level, right? We just talked about player acquisition at your local scene. I think as a game and a company, the UniVersus or the UFS players have always wanted their game to be bigger. And My Hero was the first time that it ever exploded.
Yeah.
And that's great. But the same thing that people ask about, it was 3 Attack on Titan sets too many? Was 7 My Hero sets too many? Because by the time we got to set, don't get me wrong, because set 5 and 6 are good. Like they're very good sets.
Yeah.
But by the time we got to 5 and 6, how many people were burned out from sets 2, 3, and 4? Because they were a little lacking.
So I think I'm gonna fight you here a little bit. The reason that we had so many My Hero sets is the game was changing to the My Hero card game.
Correct.
Right? Like it was that. It was
but
and
yeah.
there's a universe where the takeoff for the MHA CCG was successful. It was as successful as the One Piece TCG, which came out very shortly after, and it blows up. And it is alongside. We're excited for set 9 of My Hero, set 10 of My Hero coming out, in the same way that One Piece is celebrating set 14 or whatever. Like there's a universe where that exists, and so the premise was it was exclusively My Hero, so having 7 My Hero sets in a row makes sense. And then the Challenger decks happen, Cowboy Bebop Trigun, and it's, guys, we're going back to mixing IPs. Just kidding, Attack on Titan. Here's a block of Attack on Titan and I think that's what people are more upset about, as well as the big shift. If it was Attack on Titan, Critical Role, Attack on Titan, Turtles, Attack on Titan, I don't think you have that there's no leg to stand on.
But I do think there is still something worth saying, Tam, from My Hero sets 2, 3, 4, and then 5, which was, I would say, a design glow up. There is still something to be said about the acquisition of new players during the My Hero era. Because by the time set 3 rolls out, there are no more new people coming into the game to play My Hero. They are already here to play My Hero. And I'm going to hit you with the other fact. After they announced that they weren't doing cash prizing after the first year, a bunch of people left because a lot of the people that joined only came here for that.
Yeah.
So, did the game grow from the IP? Absolutely. I think the game grew in general because of a big shift coming off of COVID, which matters. But there's a reason why there was even a decision to be made to shift away from doing one IP over and over again. Because it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't growing the game. You have to adapt. You have to evolve. Maybe we go back to multiple IPs. That's the decision that they made. What do you do then? We are now back to the original question. It's great to go back to IPs, but what happens if you keep just doing the same formula? I just don't think it's exciting. There's nothing new for the players to get involved. And at that point, you're just waiting for the enfranchised players that you already have to get bored. And I'm not saying that new interesting mechanics or new exciting design philosophies from like Attack on Titan are the answer, but they at least tried something. Oh my goodness, they tried something. Because before then, I don't think they had tried anything except for the introduction to the deflect keyword.
I guess if you want to be like, deflect is new, but like echo is derivative of multiple, if that's, yeah.
Echo is a good one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I did forget about Echo. Yeah. Echo is a good one. I do think Echo was meant to be a replacement for a keyword that was being missed.
Yeah.
And deflect is, yes, it's a new keyword, but like it's really just DR, right? Like again, asterisk, but again, introduction of new keywords was as far as we ever got. And then Attack on Titan said, well, what if we did something crazy. And I think when it comes to the question, do I believe in the overall design philosophy of Attack on Titan? When it comes to the decision to try something new, absolutely I believe in it. Absolutely I believe in that.
I like everything that you said, and I'm sitting here trying to play devil's advocate.
And okay,
And
but I think
my-
that's fine. Don't get me wrong. There are things in here. Was 6 symbols not enough? Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we are seeing the repercussions of that happening right now in our competitive format, or just card representation in general.
Stay tuned for our next question.
Okay. But what I will say is we are also currently at this exact moment in a very iconic time period for the game. Since Attack on Titan 1, which is where the question of this comes from, we have had Attack on Titan 1, Attack on Titan 2, Critical Role, Attack on Titan 3, TMNT, and soon to be Guilty Gear, which is smaller. And I know I have ignored a lot of Challenger decks. Sorry. That we are now about to hit the 6th booster Blitz box release. I don't know what's a good word to use here because this one's different. The 6th release of this initial design philosophy change.
Mm-hmm.
And it exists in a world of everything before it. We are in a very weird time.
Yeah.
Because half of the games, or half of the product in the game, and it's not 50-50, I'm being hyperbole. Half of the product in the game is directly conflicting with the other half, which means there's a lot of disparity. And it's very obvious to see it. But the world that, and what's going to happen in March, this side's going to push a little stronger.
Yeah.
Because 3 of these sets are gone. And then what's going to happen the next year? It's just this left.
Yeah.
As long as design philosophy doesn't shift again from the time we hit 2027. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
But the idea is that there is a big headbutt right now because basically half of the game is fighting amongst itself at like philosophy level. And the longer and longer it goes, there will be fruit to bear. I feel like they're a different fruit. It is. I don't know if it's a good fruit. I don't know if it's a bad fruit. I mean, I do, but I know what it looks like. But
fruit
the point
sucks,
is
heard it
that
from Barrett.
the players are existing in this soup, and it just hasn't finished cooking yet.
Yeah. It's interesting. So like when you were talking about OG, I'll just to clarify UFS Universal Fighting System, and like back in My Hero days or whatever, versus UVS, which is what we are now. Reminds me a lot of attempting to make Banana Ball out of baseball. Sure. Baseball as a sport is dying. It's not doing well. The numbers are bad. Banana Ball is selling out theaters and selling out stadiums and football fields even, and it is not because they change the core rules of baseball, right? Like if you squint, you got one guy hitting a ball with a bat, running around 3 bases.
I mean, they changed the rules of baseball,
right? Like if you squint, it's the same game. And you can see that here with UVS. If you squint, it's the same game. It's draw X. You play with progressive. You've got foundations and attacks. There's more card types. The cards do different things. Your deck building structure is a little different, but all in all, like the core, the fundamentals of the game is still there, but the specifics are different. The real question is are those specifics? Sorry, I'll go back to the question and I'll read it in its full. Do I believe that the overall design philosophy for Attack on Titan was helpful or harmful to the overall game development? The specifics of the game. My answer, I think if I had to pick like a 51%, like to answer that question, is yes. And I think it's exclusively the the like idea of taking risks, because you're right. The system was played safe, very safe, for a significant amount of time. Like there was only so many buttons and levers that could be pushed in specific ways that were movement, you know. And so I think that when we talk about the philosophy of Attack on Titan, what it did to the game, I think it is overall helpful. My big thing is I wish that there was a little bit more of I think that things like Attuned or whatever are a good tool, and I want them to swing the pendulum back the other direction just a little bit, which is why I'm so excited for Guilty Gear, because it looks like it's doing that. It looks like there are resource symbol cards and Attune cards, and you are able to see this and utilize it in a fun, interesting way. And that's what I want 99.9, if not 100% of sets to look like from now on when it comes to like the philosophy of like deck building or whatever. Because like the words on the cards, like shifting and all of that, and ruin and all that shit, like that doesn't matter, right? But like 2 symbol character cards, I'm fine with. Attuned cards, I'm fine with. Only 6 symbols, nah, get it out of here. But like you've learned from it, right? Even the next non-AOT set had 8, right? And so like it was Critical Role had 8.
Wait, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I was missing.
It was either 8 or 9.
Whatever.
Either way. But it had more, and that's what matters to me. And so like there's that. There's
even TMNT, which was directly the antithesis of the other 6, didn't do 6. Like they did 8.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And like there's things like to go further beyond that are like that like I care about, which I'm gonna segue very well. I think that the philosophy of having some symbols be forgotten about in every set is crazy. I think it's ludicrous to have that happen. We are a 12 symbol game. You've as a company, you've not decided to chop off 4 symbols. They should exist in the set. And you found the solution with Attack on Titan 3 of making double attuned cards. Literally, there is no difference. There's so little difference if you took the 3 symbols that you are missing from whatever set, and you made 2 cards that have double attuned that are playable in both air and evil, air and void, air and earth, and those 3 separate symbols are the ones that aren't inside the main set. It's why I like the Critical Role secret rares. I like Violent Anima Shot a lot because it had the evil symbol, and that's sick.
Sure.
It makes people ask questions and gives that set more life inside of your game. It gives me a reason to play it. And again, it does not have to be the craziest thing of all time, but you made 2 double attune symbols. I want to see more symbol love spread out, even if it's not inside the main theme. And for your diehard purist of I'm a Turtles only fan, there's no reason we don't have a order symboled second attuned card. Or, wait, is order's a symbol in Turtles? It's not, right? It is?
No.
Am I crazy? No.
No.
There's no reason we don't have 3 order attuned cards. There's no reason we don't have 3 death, 3 whatever, right? Like those can and should exist on cards inside of the set. Just at a something is better than nothing. But that does bring us to our next topic, which is all about symbols from my good buddy. Hardware UVS, thank you for the question. It was a great question. We have 2 more callers who have said that they will be on the show, as long as Jace answers my question and says that he'll be on the show. So I'm going to bring in my good friend Jose, Feedu21, to come be on the show, and he's going to ask the question while I make the header for it. Hello, Jose. How are you?
Hello. Hi. You don't need to advocate for anybody. The devil's here. Fight me, Barrett.
Why is it specifically me? It's also damn show.
Because the symbol battle situation is crazy. I'm doing the pose. You can see it. I'm doing the pose.
Did you just hold on? Are you just about to give a second podcast with Ryan's data, or?
I don't have Ryan's data, but
Oh, okay.
you know Ryan's data. I don't have it on hand. We are on the verge of the card apocalypse. All right, we are about to rotate an unprecedented amount of stuff. Whenever Godzilla 50 comes out next year or something, right? Pre-order if you can, right? And that's a problem because I don't feel like the last few sets before Guilty Gear were made knowing that, or at least were not made with the ability to stop that from happening. Because not only were there 6 symbols in 3 of the most impactful sets of all time, and the other 6 symbols just had to go suck it, but Fire hasn't missed a set.
True.
Right? Like, the only thing Fire missed were the Tekken decks, and you know what? That's a good miss. It's that in solo leveling. Those are good misses, honestly.
Solo leveling,
And Tekken.
Star Trek, the
No,
Midoriya
Fire
deck.
was in Star Trek, right? There's a character with fire in that for sure.
There's a character with fire.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
one of the backside characters, right?
Sorry,
Okay,
I thought you
see.
were talking about card support.
No, I'm talking about card support. Yeah. So it's one of the backside characters, right?
So like
But other
Midoriya.
than that, fire has been in every main set.
Yes, correct.
Which means if you want to play a fire deck, you have the world's your oyster, right? You have Guilty Gear, you have Critical Role, you have the insane Attack on Titan stuff. It's crazy. If you want to play a good deck, the moment Undaunted Raid leaves, it's over, right? Like you have to deal with Girl Power having like only tech cards for you to play, and then you just have to pray that Jin's parry is good enough these days, right? So like, it seems troubling, like what Tam was saying, that every symbol is not represented a little bit in every set, because I feel like we are about to start feeling it when Godzilla comes out. Like if Godzilla comes out and Godzilla has fire because he breathes fire, and he has water because he comes from the ocean, right? But nobody's evil. What's that gonna do? You know, we if,
you're asking me?
no, I'm asking you hypothetically. You know, assume that you don't.
Oh
know.
yeah, no, I think the hypothetical 100% is what you're already talking about, right? I think
Yeah.
regardless of how you paint the picture, when the design philosophy pre-Attack on Titan was every symbol is in every set, the moment you change that, and in a world where you have a game that rotates, there is going to be a disparity unless there is a course correction.
Yeah.
Right? And as of right now, TMNT is the closest to a real course correction, but that one set is only enough to do in the mismatching of one Attack on Titan set, and not even that because there were still 2 Attack on Titan symbols in it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I know what you're saying. I do think there is a tool in UVS Games' arsenal to help with this, if they are willing to use it, and that is the Challenger decks. Especially with like a lot of the Challenger decks sometimes representing just a lot of attune stuff. It is very easy to specifically say, hey, here is a product. These symbols aren't getting anything, but these ones are getting everything.
They
right?
literally just made a product called experience bundles. We could have a evil experience bundle,
Yeah.
and it
Or whatever.
puts a bunch of stuff into the evil symbol.
But I do think I agree with you that there is definitely the appearance and the inevitability of 3 sets of all the symbol support is leaving. Guilty Gear is missing some of those. And know what? You all do not know what's going on in the first set of the year.
Yeah. And it's mostly exacerbated because the communication about when Attack on Titan came out with only 6 symbols was like it was the usual. I'm writing this article with the exclamation key taped down of there are only 6 symbols, and then everyone was like, "What does that mean?" Like there were people that thought that evil was just gone for a long time. And there were people that just assumed that evil was not going to be seen ever again, right? And was that unfounded? Maybe. At the time, it seemed reasonable, right? So it doesn't help that with the coming rotation apocalypse that we kind of don't know if things are going to balance out or not, right?
Sure. But I mean, I'd sit here and make the argument with you that even from set to set, you don't know if it's going to work out or not, because just because a symbol gets support or not, you don't even know if that symbol is going to be the one that sees play anyway.
No, for sure. Like we have had bad symbols before, right?
Yeah, because like
in
it's the world where it's like, if we go back to national season that you and I won, like overabundance of the Earth symbol represented.
yeah, Earth, Chaos, Death was bad forever, right?
Yeah, unplayable.
Yeah, the Death was unplayable until like
Void couldn't kill people.
Yeah,
Even then, right? Like the only deck people played.
Water
there were like
very
few
water decks.
Yeah, very few water decks. So I again, this exists forever. I think the conversation is just, instead of like, without the course correction, is there even the opportunity for it to exist? Right. I think that's the real question. Comparatively to, in the same idea, yes, 3 sets also rotate, and Chaos is obviously the winner of the pie this year. But it's losing a lot of tools as well from those sets rotating, right? Not everything, obviously, because a lot of the most recent power level for that symbol has been mainly in the years of 2024. But in 2023, like Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken isn't a card anymore, So like, does that also hurt water? Absolutely. And water is the worst symbol. The worst symbol this year. So will it make that symbol even worse? Yeah. But,
you got a couple more target commits, it's got some.
It goes both ways, right? Because like,
it goes both ways. You got
the water symbol would have had. Sorry, I need to go back. So the water symbol has 0 people that made a top cut appearance this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
And at least what happened, and if you will go and watch the Where Wub podcast, they do talk about this and they break it down a little bit further. But
was that this
TLDR?
Week?
Yeah, it came out literally this morning.
Perfect. I'm gonna drop it in chat.
That's funny.
They talk about it briefly on there that like at the Louisville regional, it was the only regional where the water symbol saw any representation. And why is that?
Jamie.
Because Jamie came out and gave people a hope that if they could lock in Jamie and play their aggro 7 hand size character, and they all most of them chose to play the water symbol, that they could have a chance at doing something. So again, there are now new tools to give people the attempt at making the symbol playable, whereas every product before then, like you said, didn't, except for Critical Role. But even if you do get new tools, it doesn't matter if it's going to guarantee success or not, right? So
yeah.
I think there is for sure.
It's about having the opportunity,
Yeah, yeah. And ready. And that one set, or that one challenger deck, I should say, gave people the opportunity. And 2 of them, I think, were within like win-ins or whatever. Maybe only one of them. But like, that's better. That's a better chance it had all year. So if even one little challenger deck can do something like that, just to give them the opportunity, even if the actual like card count number isn't exactly the same. But you're right, the disparity is there, and we already knew there was going to be a disparity as soon as a 300 card set with only 6 symbols dropped, right? Like,
yeah,
like it was like that on day of release.
Inevitably.
I think the biggest one, and this is the hardest part about it, is like, it's less about even total card count. It's the character availability.
Yes, definitely.
Especially now in the world,
because now that it's like 2 symbol characters, and you're relying so much on your attuned pool to give you tools, right? Characters with the fire attune get to have 8 ways of dealing with a problem. Characters with like death attune or order attune have 8 ways to deal with a problem. A character with water attuned needs to get the specific Barrett Bryant care package to be able to like commit something or deal with DR.
A Street Fighter airdrop.
I did print Vast Hybrid at home, but the reality is like, if you want to play the water symbol, you only have 47 characters to choose from. I'm not correcting that number if there's any repeats.
People were excited about like the new Bridget card with equipment heist but you need a water evil character, and your choices are Yu, Hojo, and Innsmouth, and there's just no way, right?
I mean, that's the question, right? And like, but you ready? That's a meaningful balance lever, don't you think?
No, because I'm just gonna do it in Dr. Wily. Let's go.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But the point I'm trying to get at is that the reality is that if you want to play the chaos symbol, you have almost 20 more options than the water decks.
Yeah, and my main concern, honestly, is that I can't really talk to you about what the design philosophy behind Attack on Titan is, because I don't know what it is.
Say that one more
Why
time.
did
Sorry?
it make sense?
And in the previous question, we were talking about the design philosophy behind Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I don't know what the design philosophy behind Attack on Titan is. They haven't told me. I've seen articles where they talk.
Well,
about
I don't think a
no.
designer. I don't think they ever tell you their philosophy.
No, for simple, what I'm saying is I don't know what the symbol situation is. I don't know what's coming in the future.
Oh,
I don't
sure,
know what
yeah.
they want. I don't know what world they want to make. You know, maybe water is supposed to be bad. Maybe it's supposed to be trained wrong on purpose. I don't know.
As a joke.
As a joke. I do not have the communication to know what kind of world they want to build. Because the communication isn't there to do that, right? I don't know if when something comes out on day one and people think it's broken, I don't have a comfort article telling me that everything's going to be okay. I just have an article telling me about the lady from Solo Leveling and how she has big boobs in a playmat. Like there is a lack of communication about intent and about like design direction, and the players feel that a card comes out and everyone thinks it's broken, then everyone forgets about it and it's not broken anymore. But like that could have just been relieved by having someone say, I think this is fine, and this is how it's fine, right?
Now, do you think it's the onus is on the company to be like, I think this is fine and this is fine, or do you think that it's the community's job to say that?
I think
how
it's,
much?
It's
let me rephrase this question. I apologize. Do you think it's cooler for the company to have some sort of mystery and hidden? I don't want to use the word agenda because it has negative connotation. Hidden agenda behind like their design, and like not spoon feed you, not have this trail of breadcrumbs of like, here's the design and you like figure it out, or would you rather them be more transparent about like, for our design philosophy for Turtles, we were infatuated with the word pizza, and so we put pizza on everything, and did a pizza thing. Did you like our meme pizza? Would you rather that exist?
As much as I love the idea of emergent gameplay, I'd rather not have it than anytime a combo comes out, the community's immediate reaction is, did they mean for that to happen? Or is that a typo?
Ooh, that's so interesting. So I think, that touches on a lot of things of like, the reason that we have that question is not necessarily design philosophy, but quality control. Did they mean for that to happen? It has a lot to do with erratas and functional erratas rather than power level erratas, right? Like Barrett, shut up for a second. We don't know if Bridget is going to stay the way she is, and we don't know if it's a Mikasa 1 situation. I just don't know if the word weapon or the word other were missed on this character. Like, I just don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And so there's no communication there. There won't be communication until at least 2 weeks after the pre-release happens, because that's when we give updates. And like, I don't know. And so for that point, I think it is different than them leading us to breadcrumbs of what is their intended design when it comes to
yeah. And mind you, by intended
work.
Design, I really just mean them saying, hey, we think this is okay, have fun with it, right? I'm talking about levels of good that are like good, not necessarily busted, right? Like when I really do wish, and this is like incredibly specific, I wished there was some kind of article where they talk about what combos they like and don't like, So someone could have told these people that I think Allura getting Mechazoids to play Falling Titans is fine to bad. I think that's the kind of communication that you can have forward facing. As like, this is a cool deck that I think is fine.
That article did come out. That is an article that was made.
I know, but that article also has 2 other combos that are sus.
So I think so. It sounds like you like the thing that they're doing, but you wish they were just better at it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tough criticism. Because
I teach writing, man. What do you want me to do?
They're doing the thing that you want. It's just not up to your standard, but at least they're doing it. You know.
Yeah. And the Bridget thing, I think the Bridget thing, the moment that she's revealed, you just gotta they should just say, hey, this is like this is, or this is not how it is. And we shouldn't have to wait for an FAQ article to know if it's gonna stay that way or not. That's really it. When it comes to things like that, like, oh, we found an infinite with 2 or 3 cards, right? Is that okay? Do they know? Did they know? What's going on? Things like that, you know?
I like the Jace suggestion. Who is our next and final guest on the show today? Jeremy Ray needs to get on Blue Sky and tweet about card interactions as part of his job, like Mike Merle's D&D guides used to.
No,
you
know what?
I think that's
no.
So let's break that down, right?
I like J Ray too much.
I think him being like, hey, here's a neat thing that exists in the game in a forum that is very short and quick and explosive, like Blue Sky, like Twitter or whatever. Like that's the correct forum to be like, here's this small conversation rather than an entire ass article that has to be approved or whatever. But him laying out Allura Mechazoid Falling Titans and being like, I did this at my locals this past week and it was so sick going 2-1. Like, if you guys haven't seen this, idea, I suggest it. I think that's a totally fine Blue Sky post. I think that's dope. It would start a little bit of conversation, and you take and you go, so they do know about it. It was a thing, you know?
Exactly.
Like, that's all you're asking about, and I think that Blue Sky or Twitter, like those spaces, are great for it, right? I don't know if necessarily a private Facebook group like we have on Facebook is where it's at, but like I like communication like that, and UVS Games has a bunch of Twitter accounts. I think part of their job was they had to make Twitter accounts. They just don't use them because they're just not versed in it.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I agree, and it really comes to my what the last thing that I have about the symbol thing is that I think the community has a lot of fears right now about the game. Even if the format we're in now is like enjoyable, I think they have a lot of fears about the game's future, the game's balance, rotation, the things moving forward. And I think it would be really helpful to have some kind of consistent communication that wasn't intended.
I'm going to ban that word on this podcast.
That wasn't intended to sell me something.
I'm right here.
A Bear Pride doing the Lord's work.
Well, I like Barrett. Anyway,
everybody be chill.
I know, but
everybody be chill. Jose, final thoughts, buddy, before we get Zach in here.
Those were it.
Hell yeah, man. What world do we live in where this format is enjoyable? I'm liking this format. I think it's fun. I think there's some outliers.
Oh, wait, dude, I have been showing up. I have been showing up with a slightly different peak every time. It's so funny.
That's great. All right, buddy. I'm gonna kick you from the call. We're gonna get Zach in here. Thanks again, man.
Bye.
Friend of the show, we've got Zach Richards. What up? How's it going, bud?
What up? Can you guys hear me okay?
We can. I can hear you fine.
Well, my dog demands that I be in bed with him, so I'm on a different microphone than usual. I tried to not be in bed with him, and he barked at me a lot.
I understand. It's run of the house. I get it. I have 2 cats that are the same way.
I got kind of a 2-parter for you guys, mostly because I'm tired of hearing about AOT design.
Love that. And
but
my format works for 2-parters, so you let me know when we're switching.
well, it's related.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna lay out a quick thesis first. I think that Guilty Gear, as a preview season, before we get our hands on the cards, looks to be around the same power level as TMNT. I don't think that there are big outliers there and how different the power levels are from the cards that we've seen before we start really diving into the
Sure.
question one. You guys agree with that? And whether you do or don't agree with that, why do you think people are so much more excited for Guilty Gear than they were for TMNT? Locals, the last 2 or 3 locals we've been to, people in my locals have been proxying Guilty Gear cards and playing decks with them in it, either characters or specific cards they want to try out. And I had another local comment. I've seen you guys more excited and proxying Guilty Gear cards a month and a half before release than I've seen you play any TMNT cards ever.
The short answer, my 51% answer, is I think that Guilty Gear is stronger than TMNT. Strictly based on the tension mechanic. I think that there is so much that you're allowed to do with snap momentum across, and it opens up so much more levels of play that are exciting to do that were not done previously. And TMNT, to a previous topic, felt very samey in this design space, did not have some unique, interesting idea mechanic that like did the thing. The one cool, unique thing that we got was the backups from TMNT, and I've seen people playing these secret backups. They haven't been going buck wild about pretty much anything else. Like the backups, the schemes were unique, right? But we kind of already had that with City Rampage, right? As it is, I guess it has a block, so it goes against the scheme idea, but like big difficulty action that starts the turn and then continues on. And so when I look at Guilty Gear and I see how excited I am for Guilty Gear, it's because I think I see that the net is opened up significantly wider than TMNT initially allowed.
Okay, I can kind of see that. Tension is obviously a really powerful mechanic, and we need to experiment with how good it is.
Correct.
But like, yeah, when I'm looking at the Foundation Ultra Rares, for instance,
Yeah.
those are all good. They're strong, but are they better than the best? Are they better than the good cards in TMNT? And I think like the answer is probably they're about the same, in my opinion. Look at like Wingnut Sabotage. Like, are the Ultra Rares in this on par with some of those good ones from there? Yeah. Barrett, what do you think?
Yeah, go ahead, Barrett.
I do believe that they're pretty much on level with it. I think what you guys are saying, though, is accurate. I mean, obviously the tension mechanic, regardless of whatever the perceived power level and what the actual power level of the mechanic will be for the players when they get their hands on it, it's exciting because it's different. It's new. It's a risk that the design team was willing to take and create a new card type for. I don't know if you count token as a card type, but it's a new card type.
If you ever print a token Foundation, Reiner 2 and 3 certainly will.
So it's just the idea of like, it's new, and I think what you just said, or what Tam said earlier, right? In TMNT, there isn't really anything new. Like, there's new keywords, but like, there's not a new mechanic, right? Like, at least something like we haven't seen before in some version or sideways version of. This is literally, and yes, tension is just a keyword, but it creates a new game object. That's what it's exciting to people because they were willing to take a risk and try something new and exciting. But I don't disagree with you, Zach. I think, going back to a previous question we had earlier tonight, I think there is a fair level of design philosophy amongst the designers right now where they're all kind of in the same boat. They're not trying to overshadow each other. I think power creep is a real thing that nobody wants. I don't think a game designer wants that. I don't think a player wants that. I don't want that. I don't think anyone should have to feel like they have to buy a product. But FOMO's okay. You're allowed to be like, wow, that Roman cancel token was kind of cool. It drew him a card. It cleared his thing out of the card pool because I blocked his move. That's kind of sick. Maybe I should pick up some Guilty Gear cards. Man, this guy's putting card in my card pool every enhance. with this Ray Fillet guy, how do I put that guy in my deck? Well, you got to play the water symbol. That's a different issue. But
You gotta
but the
have
idea,
water symbol.
you know what I'm saying? Like the idea is like I think there were and are things in TMNT that people just probably weren't as vocal about online or whatever. But like I think people were excited about Leatherhead, and when they showed him off, they were like, "I get to play a card pool clock character again!" Whoa! Like people did that. Like people played it. And then there's a new shiny toy for them to look at, so they look at the new shiny toy. But yeah, I think not only is it a new toy, but it's appealing because there's a new game piece involved with it. And part of the excitement is using it and optimizing it and breaking it and doing the things that card gamers like to do with their toys, right? So I think, yeah, I think there's some excitement, but I think I don't disagree with you. Like, I think there's like an underrepresentation of TMNT cards in standard, but I don't necessarily think that's TMNT's fault. I think even when Guilty Gear comes out, there will probably be an average representation of Guilty Gear cards in the format. I don't think that's Guilty Gear's fault. It just depends on where the players end up. I think it's what every set looks like.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense to me. And obviously, like once the set plays out and you get to see, oh, this does work in practice or this does not work in practice. Like, is Godzilla super broken because he can play 20 attacks and will give a momentum? And the answer is Godzilla's probably already really good, and those attacks are probably not going to see play in Godzilla after people start messing with them. Instead of
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
one special one, right?
Yeah, and people got to figure it out. But it's like, like I think there's just a world where like you have a character roster every set, and either you vibe with the effects or you don't. Like, and if you don't, well, you've already been playing something before that set came out, so you have something to go back to or stick around with. Or a new specific card gets you excited about a character that you were previously excited for. I don't, like TMNT, like I have some characters in TMNT that I thoroughly enjoy what they're doing. That doesn't mean everyone else will.
Is one of them Splinter? Because man, I want that guy to be good.
Nah, he's cool.
He has the water symbol and the all symbols. So that's kind of a problem.
He's cool, but like I like what Leo does. I think it's really cool that you're like, how do I incrementally press mill a bunch of times?
You reprint Revel in his masterpiece, Barrett. Just do it.
But the idea is like, I like what that guy does. It's very simple. It's very generic. It's not a lot of levers, but it's just like, how do I do that thing?
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's cool. I like Leatherhead a lot. I think it's nice to have response timing damage. And there's a couple cards that work well with him. And he's got fire and water. That's a cool combo. Like, I don't know. So, like, again, but just because you like him doesn't mean you got the fulfillment that you want out of it. Because everyone is going to buy a toy, and they're either going to like what they got out of the value for it, or they're going to hate it. When you buy a new video game, if you're a video gamer, and you beat the story in 4 hours, are you upset that you spent $60, $70 on your 4-hour experience?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like mostly focused on like the excitement that people feel around it, right? Like the vibe I have from the community is people are far more excited about Guilty Gear than they were about TMNT. And I can't quite put my finger on why, other than
I think it is interesting. I think your two-part question does have this interesting dichotomy, right? Of I do agree with you. I agree with your point of view of I do think they are similar power levels, but the reaction to the two different sets is pretty visceral, right? Like very opposite ends of the spectrum, I would say. I'm not saying it was non-existent with TMNT. It did exist. I just think it dropped off very quickly. I think there's this different fear to maybe be had about Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is less physical toys. So they might be excited a lot right now. How quickly are they going to be bored? Because they messed with all 80-something cards. That is different. That's a different conversation, right?
Before I get to that point, because I do want to talk about that a lot. Like a lot. I have not looked and like really thought about the Guilty Gear cards outside of the characters, right? Like I've read I've read them all at some point, but I've never like I have not put any of them into like memory. Like I couldn't even tell you honestly what like Megalomania does verbatim. Like I couldn't do that. And like everybody popped off about that card of like that card is crazy. It'll be format defining. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll get to it when the set's out. When
Truthfully, there's not a lot you have to read, Tam. Half the attacks are blank with tension.
that is from my very cursory look as you guys were yapping. That is what I saw, and that's probably the feedback that I'm gonna give, right? But when I just look at the characters, right? The characters in Guilty Gear give me, for the most part, oh, that's neat. How do I solve this puzzle, right? Like probably the most milk toast character that I have is probably just Kai. Of this attack gets +1 -1 speed. If you rival at 6 or more committed foundations, it gets +3 or -3 instead. But that I go, oh, that's neat. How do I get them to have 6 committed foundations? How do I do that? And then after charger, range attack deals damage, committed freeze with rival foundation. Oh, okay. So here's an answer to the question on the character. My goal is for them to have a bunch of committed, and I do that for every single one of these characters. And I go, these look like fun hoops for me to jump through, right? Even looking at Bridget, right? Twice per turn, if attack deals damage, add a face down card from your card pool to your momentum. Oh, I clear progressive and I snap a momentum. That's sick. I can figure out what I can do with that. Of okay, it gets the gears churning in my head. When I look at the example that I'll use is Bebop. Once per turn, we both stuff our card pools. That's neat. If I have 3 or more cards in my card pool, this deck gets +3 or -1 damage. The offensive payoff is great. The defensive payoff is very mediocre, right? -3 is like not awesome, but like in order for me to have 3 cards in my card pool, I had to have blocked twice, and so after 2 blocks, unless there's extra card pool stuffing, whatever. Like I don't look at Bebop and go, okay, oh, that's neat. I can figure out something cool to do with that. I go, okay, he stuffs in its damage pump, rather than what's the hoop that I have to jump through that is interesting. And that's just me personally. And I feel that way with a lot of the Turtles characters, where I don't feel that way with a lot of the Guilty Gear characters. Again, there are outliers. I look at Donatello and I go, holy shit, how do I get as many assets as possible in my stage? How do I put 20 assets in my stage and still be able to pass checks? That's sick. I even really like Leo. I think Leo is sick. That guy just has the all in good symbol that hasn't been printed in 7 years. So like there's nothing we can do about it, right? But when I look at Mega Mutant, after you play an attack, he gets 1 speed and 1 damage for each ally in my card pool. Comparing that to the ally character in May of you can include up to 8 copies of one ally attack card. The excitement between those two characters, just if we looked at the single line of text, I'm way more excited to figure out which 8 of copy of an ally attack that I want on the deck building screen than I am of Mega Mutant's just going to give big dumb stats. Like, that's not exciting. I look at that and I go, I see a world where that's really good, but I'm not like excited to build actually 10 different May decks on both of her symbols, testing out which allies are cool. On top of all of my moves have Ryu damage, and I get to have twice as much of a stage if I've done the cool thing and I have the ally attack. Like I see these puzzles to jump through and I go, holy shit, this is the characters on face are really cool. I'm excited to play these. And that is like when you say Splinter's really cool, I think Splinter does fall into that category, right? I think he really, really does. And I was excited for Splinter when he first came out, and then we got him, and it doesn't work. I look at May, and I'm excited for it to come out. When it does come out, there's not going to be enough ally on Earth and Water for this deck to work, and I'll be just as disappointed in May as I am as Splinter, right? Obviously, like I said, I haven't done any research or done looking. I'm sure May's fine, but like.
No, May gets to play 8-piece summonings. It'll be okay.
It'll be great. Our whole stage is ready, baby. But that's where I think the excitement is for Guilty Gear, exclusively on the characters. As I think the characters are just genuinely more exciting. And Barrett, to your point about the 80 card set, dude, I never want to print another booster box ever again. From what I have seen, I think 80 cards, nice, tight design, no fluff, no filler is so sick. Give me the ones that you really think matter, and that you are not going to have me throw away a bunch of commons and uncommons that I don't care about. It gives you a constraint. You will have less wiggle room to like make wacky stuff and just like put it in the regular set. Man, 80 cards is so cool. 80 cards is so sick. I don't need a bunch of bad cards. Just give me cool good ones, and I'm in.
Stop printing screen, keep printing good cards. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Like when I look at the just I've scrolled to the quality of commons that are in this, right? I have 4 cards on my strain. Alone in Infection. After your attack deals 5 more damage, draw a card at the top card of your deck to your momentum, period. It's a 2/5/3 low block response flip. I feel like I could put that in a deck and go, I know what I want to do with this, right? It's a very obvious flow piece. Armor Clad Faith. 1/5/3 high block response flip. After your rival plays an attack, it loses 1 keyword ability of your choice. I get what I want to do with that, right? Great disruption piece. Drift. 1/5/4 mid block. After you try to block an attack with this, return it to its printed speed. Great defensive piece. Find Your Own Way. 2/5/2 high block. Each sacrifice your next check to play a card gets +1 for each of your momentum, period. Amazing flow piece. It's very obvious what these commons are trying to do, as their jobs are very clear, and their jobs are exciting and fun. I like the words that are on the cards when it comes to Guilty Gear. I think more than I liked a majority of the words on Turtles. And that might be where I'm at. And again, we gotta get to the rest of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Good answer. Good talk. No controversy this week for me. Just with some good vibes.
Another happy customer.
Zach, thanks for being on the show. I do greatly appreciate it. It was a fun time. I am like, you made me look at Guilty Gear cards and I just got excited again. So that's pretty dope.
Too bad we started preview season 3 months early and you still got 5 weeks before you get to touch them. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah. He's going to Glasgow, so I think they said they're going to have it there.
But yeah, 6 weeks before he gets to touch them. He's going to be busy winning Glasgow.
Hey, I can't believe I'm going to win that whole tournament and then not go play in Worlds Day 2. That's going to be so sick. I'm going to just get a gatekeep a bunch of people. All right, buddy. Thank you so much. We're gonna end the show now. Been a good hour and a half.
Later, boys.
Peace.
Thanks, man. With
that, thank you all for hanging out and watching the show today. I didn't get my little header up and ready. Shit. Everybody wait. Everybody pause. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been very fun. Good shows. Sorry we had to beg you to come be on our broadcast. But I think it was better for it. It was better for it. Good conversation. Good yapping today. A lot of positive questions. How do you grow your community? Why are you excited for Guilty Gear? Stuff like that. What's your favorite symbol? Essentially, what symbol would you want to play? Good stuff. Good job, UVS community.
You said gun to my head. I had to play one symbol for the rest of my life. That wasn't very
great
positive.
Vibes. Barrett, any final shout-outs before we get out of here? Final shout-outs, final thoughts?
No, I think it's great. I think I can't remember. I thought there was something happening this weekend, but I do know Stark Dark is next weekend, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Riftbound comes out next weekend. I'll be busy with that in some capacity. I guess if you watch my YouTube channel, I'll have something coming out. I haven't posted anything recently because they literally have given us nothing in 2 weeks, as well as no events. Like, nobody's hosting community events right now. But again, I think a lot of it is everyone's excited for the release next week, which is fine. It's also Halloween. I'll take my weekend off, and then we got things to do. So, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been a great episode. We'll see you next time. Okay, so we're gonna sit here and we're gonna vibe for 5 more minutes. I'm gonna take a couple bites of pizza. Then I'm gonna end the stream and then come back over on Fab well. I'm gonna play some Living Legend games
Gross.
because I have Worlds to prep for, and currently I think I'm gonna go 0-6. So
Nice.
there's that.
Nice. And that's okay.
Now, that's okay.
Chat, what are you excited for? Scott, what's going on in y'all's lives? Anyone going into Riftbound? Anybody going to Stark Dark? Are you playing in retro for Stark Dark? The retro event?
I am playing retro. I gotta make my kin deck and paper. I guess I have this week to do it.
There's Sam's hosting that My Hero Spotlight online thing. I heard people talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to jam Ino and Nago once Guilty Gear comes out. Nice. Getting my case next week, so excited to get cards. Might play in Sam's thing. Who you gonna play? Who's your My Hero Spotlight? Who's your guy and or girl
I probably
and
put
or
Midoriya
them?
in Spotlight. Oh,
Which
on
one?
the move. I think on the move with like
Oh yeah.
Texas Smash and shit sounds sick as fuck.
Dark the Goat. Both formats will be sick. Razorhead 1 or Endeavor 3. I think those are fine. Super excited for Ino. Ino's sick. We love Seal gameplay. Again, Void Gamer. Also, I played the hell out of Raphael from Soul Calibur, who was his own change character. Ugh. I love that guy.
6 hand says Raphael was cool.
Shigaraki 3 sounds fun in that format. Probably playable. Happy Chaos. Interesting. You're crazy. I know so many people that are excited for Happy Chaos, and I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I think that guy's bad, dude.
Sorry. I don't think he's bad. It's just crazy how you were like going off about like, wow, May's one line of text. I can see the gears turning. Wow. I don't
Happy
insert
Chaos.
Happy Chaos is just like, hey, I draw 6 cards or get momentum and or so sorry, it's only or and I give a little bit of stats to this keyword. Crazy. Or you play a 2-check and then you can do it more times.
Yeah. After a big hand filter.
He does his thing. I'm glad he does his thing.
What a PC answer. What a I'm on playtest answer.
He does his thing.
Barrett 4 years ago would have been a flaming Happy Chaos, that's for sure.
No. I don't flame a lot of characters. I think it's very easy to like. I think he'll be as strong as Godzilla. I'm gonna hold on. I have a folder on my desktop, and it's crazy UVS player takes, and that one going in the folder.
Holy shit. I'm going to end stream, and for 5 minutes, you're going to tell me all about this folder. We're not going to do it on air.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want.
it's true.
I want
This
to
is a
hear
real
about
folder.
this folder. That's
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, okay, I mean, so like for context, because I won't go into it.
Pause.
I won't go into it.
Am I in the folder?
100%.
Yes.
Cam, I don't think you understand that. I think. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Tam, I have 83 photos in this folder. Since I've been. Am I in the
Holy
folder?
shit,
No, Will, you're not in the folder.
That's awesome.
Okay, for context.
Please.
This folder, which I've been using very recently because I think it's funny. It is when like reveal season happens or like a format's happening and someone will say something in a Discord, and like I'm very grateful for my friends. I'm in a lot of Discords that I probably shouldn't be in because I work for the company. But like I'm a lurker. And when I see someone post something or like say something or whatever, it goes in the folder. Eventually, months down the line, maybe even weeks. I'm hoping some of these will pay off like in years. I'm gonna be like, I've got a photo for this, I promise. And you go dig it up.
That's sick.
But that one just
That's
made the
sick.
folder. Yeah, it's fun. Like, if you want context, here's one example that everyone's already aware of, right? So, when Attack on Titan 3 was getting spoiled, do you all remember the crazy crash out people were having about Colossal Confrontation?
Yeah.
That one made the folder. That one. So stuff like that. Like, that's the example.
That's so
That's
sick.
like your example. Yeah. It's a good time. People's opinions on like sorry, reveals, formats, whatever. They're like, oh, like, I'll do it like before events. People will be like, I think something so will be all over at this event, or yada yada yada, and I'll put it in the folder, and then the event happens, and it'd be like, question, where's that person now? Stuff like that. It's good fun. It's for me personally.
I'm excited. That's very, very cool. I love that you get to do that part of your job. With that chat.
It will.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, that's the most fun part. Is I was talking about this with some other people. It's really cool, and Will's here in chat too, so he can kind of attest to it. It's so different sitting on this side now for 2 years of like, I'm not a player anymore. I'm a spectator, and I'm only a spectator. Sorry, asterisk. I'm a spectator, and also I influence what's happening. But it's just so crazy that like I can sit at a table with my coworkers who are Jeremy Ray, Tim Friedlieb, Will Howard, and myself, and it's like, hey man, we all used to play against each other in tournaments years ago, and now what do? We get to watch everyone do that.
Yeah.
And see what they do and what they talk about and what they're building with, and like, it's so cool. It's so cool. And it's so different because I'm not a player anymore. But I used to be. So like, I sympathize, empathize, I understand what people are saying, and I can like agree with their takes or disagree with their takes, right?
And make a folder about
it. Make a folder about it. So it's so interesting being a spectator now. And commentating helps as well, right? I get to be very like involved in watching a lot of what the people see. I get to go to a lot of these events still, which is very nice, and I do like my job. So it's just a different world I live in now, but it is fun in its own, and I can only like relate it with a couple people, but then I explain it and they go, huh, I guess that is interesting. I definitely worded it in a way I probably should have worded better, but the idea is like, as someone on game design who used to be a player, it's very cool watching people play in events and be like, yes, we did this. We created this. We play with our toys. Like,
it's very voyeuristic.
And it's fun to watch it happen and evolve, because people surprise you. People don't
like
do what you expect them to do. Yeah.
My kid grew up and they played with other toys.
Oh, it's just fun. It's very fun to see what Steel do. But all right, I'll stop yapping.
Chad, I got it in stream so I can find out which of my hot takes Barrett has put in this folder. I need to know.
Oh, it's easy. The teamwork take, that one's in the folder. You guys remember teamwork? Tam Cardwell with teamwork
I thought
in
it was
the
gonna be
folder.
nuts. I thought it was gonna be nuts. Totally thought it. All right, bye, everybody.